Welcome to this Movieplex Theater. Patrons are reminded that this is a no-smoking area. Patrons are also advised that talking during the performance is prohibited. And all electronic equipment must be switched off. The consumption of alcoholic beverages is strictly forbidden. But we'd like to remind patrons that a full range of refreshments is available in the theater lobby. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the film.
Good evening. How are we all doing? So this has been going to be quite an interesting episode, I feel, because right now on X, I got a bunch of people annoyed with me because I say that I don't think there should be wolves reintroduced into the British countryside. It's got all their heckles up. And so I figured that's kind of what we can discuss tonight, actually. It would be quite interesting. The Eye of Sauron is on me tonight because I dare say that the idea to reintroduce wolves to the UK is a stupid idea. And what's even funnier is it's like mostly the other side of the argument is mainly coming from people who don't live in the UK. So it's like, mind your own business. I probably won't be streaming for long tonight because it's a bit of an impromptu stream and I've got to drop my daughter off at nursery in the morning, so I am basically, my plan is to stream until this playlist, this drum and bass playlist, comes to an end. So the music's not too loud, is it? Who wants to reintroduce wolves, asks Mikey. There's a lot of environmentalists, a lot of climate environmentalists have been pushing it recently. They want to reintroduce them to Scotland. And it's like, look, I understand the idea that like you want to restore the ecology to a certain state because it worked in Yellowstone National Park. It's like, but the UK is not Yellowstone National Park. The UK is mainly farmland and a lot of livestock and a lot of farmers don't particularly want their livestock to be hunted by wolves. And you get the arguments like, well, why don't they put up a fence? It's like, okay, and a lot of people saying that will be Jurassic Park fans, and it's like, did you not watch the movies? I had someone earlier today say that like that I don't understand the Jurassic Park movies, and it's like, I think the fundamental message those movies were putting across is that you cannot contain life, right? That life breaks free, expands to new territories. It's like, yeah, you know, we reintroduce wolves. They'll just stay where they're put. They won't explore. They won't encroach on farmland. They won't explore the cities. Because, like, I'll say this, right? I lived in the countryside for the best part of 22 years of my early life before I moved to London for 5.5 years. And I never once saw a fox. Not once. Maybe roadkill. Maybe I saw one dead on the road, right? But when I lived in London, I saw foxes everywhere. They were all over the place. And I remember we had this one like house that we were renting, and it overlooked a play park. And at night, all we could hear was all these foxes just, mating and going crazy. And they scream like humans when they're mating. It's hideous. It's horrible sound. But anyway, I was woken up in the night just hearing about, and I kid you not, I'm not making up this number, about 40 foxes were all mating in this play park, and it was like, oh god. But my point is that I think if they reintroduce wolves into the English countryside, that, or maybe even the whole of the UK, I think they're gonna eventually start to encroach on the cities more than they would necessarily people living out in the country, because there's more food, more smells. Yeah. And I've noticed that a lot of the people who are like, sending me messages on Twitter as we speak, right? I'm getting messages as I'm saying this. Most of them don't seem to understand that like the natural world is an ever changing thing. That like they seem to think that like you introduce the wolves. And I had one kid, I'm gonna say kid because in his bio on there he wrote that he's a minor. So it's like, I don't really want to debate children. But I said to them, like, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt in this debate and just having a nice conversation with them. And then I said, like, the way you're talking, you're acting like that once we just introduce wolves, it'll be fine forever. And they basically said, yeah, it would. And it's like, okay, you're young. You don't quite understand that, that the natural world is not ever stationary. It's always changing. And the British ecology, the British Isles are also constantly in a state of change. But the one thing we don't have that is constantly changing are any wolf problems, because Edward the First and many people over like hundreds of years ago exterminated all of them from pretty much England, and then eventually years later Scotland and Northern Ireland and all that, or not Ireland and Wales, got rid of them. So the only way to actually fully control the wolf population was to get rid of them all. Now, do I think that's a right thing to do? I don't know. But I can definitely 100% say that I've enjoyed the fruits of living in a country where I can just walk anywhere and not worry about predatory animals that might come and pick a toddler off the road, or encroach on farmland and destroy a farmer's livestock and destroy his livelihood. That will have a knock-on effect on to everyone else. I even had someone say, like, fuck the farmers, and you're like, Jesus, alright. It's like, I'm sure you rely on the farmers' the farmers' yield more than you do anything a wolf could offer you. And they're like, but there's too many deer. We've got to do something about the deer. And it's like, well, get better hunting laws for humans to hunt them and eat them. Because deer's lovely. Hot creamy farts. Said Jack, if they are okay, now you're gonna win me over here. Said Jack, if there are wolves in England, then maybe they'll let you have a gun like civilized countries. Oh yeah, they'll give us guns. Wow. Yeah, maybe I'll put that to them. I mean, you can get guns in the UK. You have to jump through a lot more hoops, but you can get guns. It's a misconception that the UK is completely gun free. Yeah, it's like it's this weird notion that like and I had this with a debate with a lot of the same people a few months back when we were discussing like the climate, and I was like trying to get the point across that the climate is an ever-changing thing, and when it's impossible to reach climate stasis because it's never like in one place. It's always changing, and you can never predict what's going to alter it further, and especially if you deliberately alter it, then it's definitely going to have a knock-on effect somewhere, and it will likely, the unknown effects will come from a place that you're not looking at or not focusing on. I mean, that's what Malcolm talks about in all the Jurassic movies, and that's what Crichton talked about, and I've had the same exact points misheard in this, like people saying, oh, you know, we're reintroducing wolves in the UK. They're basically talking about it like it's going to fix every problem. It's like, you know, it's going to create more problems that you can't even predict. But the one thing we can predict is if we don't reintroduce wolves, that we won't have to deal with wolf problems. It's like, I like that option, and then we'll deal with the other problems sans wolf. So. But they think that like you can just create like a perfect bubble of magical natural wonderland. It's like, no. No. God forbid they actually look at the title of my last live stream as well. What's funny, when did I post this? Because this was, oh god, what's this message say? Okay, alright. When did I post this? This all came about because I posted, because the UK they're putting into law a ban on the American XL Bully, like a pit bull breed. We already have pit bulls banned in the UK, and now there's this new breed, the American XL Bully, which wasn't banned, but it's like a crossbreed with pit bulls, and there's been a series of attacks, and the UK government, you know, are like, oh, we'll ban those. And I'm actually all for that, because I don't think dangerous pets are a good thing, right? But anyway, I put a tweet out, when was this? On the 16th of September, so what was that, like nearly a week ago? And I put like, American XL Bully, UK banned, reintroduce wolves. Then I put the GIF meme of the girl going like, no, well, maybe, that meme. And then it was just today that Allosaurus JP on Twitter quote tweeted it and then started this whole like discourse around it. And what's funny is like that me and Alice had the conversation, and then after a while I just was like, well, that was a waste of time, wasn't it? And she laughed, and then someone was like, I don't agree with you, but I really respect the way you two just handled that conversation. It's like, yeah, but everyone else is like, no, he doesn't want to have you rule wolves in the UK. Hot Creamy Fart says the American XL Bully is half gun, so you need a license. Yeah, probably. Rory Wilcox says, yeah, there is no climate stasis. The intergalactical and glacial periods during ice ages are evidence, but if I remember correctly, the climate should be cooling based on the trends of the ice age. It probably is. I don't know. I'm not a climate scientist. But what I do know is that the Earth rotates on an axis, and that axis also wobbles and rotates like this. So it doesn't just spin an axis, but the axis is also like oscillating. I guess that's the word I'm going to use. Not only that, it goes around the sun, right? So it's rotating, it's oscillating like this, and it goes around the sun, and it has a moon around it, which is never in the same position. It's very, very, very incremental changes in the amount of moon and the amount of Earth because things land on Earth all the time. And the Earth's orbit around the sun, if I've got my facts correct, is not a perfect sphere, but like an oval shape, like an egg shape, right? And that also oscillates around the sun. So the sun's in the middle. That goes like this. And to control all that is impossible. Like, it's like you're gonna change the climate and keep it still. Like, keep the climate on the planet still when the planet's doing all that of its own accord. It's like, I don't think so. I mean, it's wishful thinking there, Milados. Yeah, the climate could be cooling based on those shifting orbits. Yeah. It's like, honestly, I just... It doesn't take much to understand that in order to control the Earth's climate and keep it in a place where we humans like it to be, you need to control the rotation of the Earth and all that implies. And so, no, you can't achieve climate stasis. That's a lie. It's a lie peddled by people who are trying to get their hands in your pockets, basically. And these young kids have been sold that lie, and they just don't know it. And it's the same thing for these, like, you know, thinking you can just reintroduce an animal. It doesn't even have to be wolves. It could be just any evasive species. I only equated the wolves because we were talking about the XL bully in that tweet. So a dog. So I was thinking, oh, what's like a dog that's like quasi dangerous that wants to be really... Oh yeah, wolves. But like, you think of anything. Like the grey squirrel was introduced to the UK and it decimated the red squirrel population. They're virtually... Well, they're endangered, aren't they? I can't remember if they've been... the population's grown or not, but last I heard... But the grey squirrels, I see them everywhere. I don't see red squirrels at all. I think you have to go to like the far edges of Scotland to find them. It's like, why don't we then reintroduce something to take out the grey squirrels? And say, oh yeah, okay, cool. And then that grows. And then, well, what if we introduce something to take out the thing that we put into the, you know, the ecosystem to take out the red squirrels? Well, then now they're breeding a bit out of control. Maybe we need something else to control them. And it's like undoing and playing God, basically. Playing Sim Garden. Hot Creamy Fast says, do you remember that time when we were focused on achievable goals, reducing waste, reusing resources, recycling, keeping things roughly clean? I know, right? Everyone wants to live on a clean planet, and that's the best we can do. Is like make sure that the planet doesn't get filthy. And I say this as someone who was down the beach the other day with my family, and we saw this like group of teenagers, you know, roughhousing and being silly, you know, and it was 2 boys, 2 girls. They were, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend couples, and the boys were playing around, and me and my wife were like, oh, isn't that cute? You know, young love and all. And then the buggers get up and leave the beach, and they leave 2 bottles of beer, big bottles of beer, and a load of cans of beer all on the sand. And then they had the cheek to go like sit on a wall and get the sand out of their shoes next to a load of bins. And so I went over and I literally picked up the bottles and the cans, and I walked past them, and I was like, yeah, I guess your parents didn't teach you how to clean up after yourselves, and you want to live in filth. And I bet that's a filth you complain about. And they just looked at me and didn't say a word, and then walked off. And I thought, those little bastards. They're gonna like be incentivized that, oh, someone else will clean up after us. And it's like, Yeah, no, you're not thinking about if that glass smashes and gets buried under the sand and then some poor kid runs along and cuts themselves on it. Like, let alone animals and all that shit. It's like little bastards. So you get those kids who are just like, they want to live in their own filth, and then you get these other kids who are trying to mess with the environment by reintroducing animals that we don't need. Anyway, Big Chuck says the comeback should have been you forgot these. Well, look, I was with my daughter and my wife, and they'd obviously been drinking because it was a load of beer cans, so I didn't want to exactly push their buttons too much. My main goal was just get this glass and can off the beach. But I did say to my wife that I did see a dog turd that I was like, if I was here on my own, I definitely would have scooped that dog turd on the end of one of the bottles and then given it back to him. And been like, here you go. God, it's so... I'd have gone full Victor Meldrew on him, you see. I just realised I want to put something up on live stream. Is this going to work? Yeah. I'm just going to take the Mega Raptor out. Oh, what am I doing? Ah. There we go. I had the wrong bloomin' screen. Here we go. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is Wolf from Gladiators, which is a show in the UK, or was a show in the UK. So that's the only wolf I'd permit in the UK. Good old Wolf. He'd say, "Wolf power." There you go. There he is. Mikey says, I've got a figure of Wolf from Gladiators. Yeah! That's the only Wolf we need in the UK. Rory Wilcox says, I think the goal of environmentalism is not to artificially change the environment, but reduce human effects on it. Yeah. Reduce the temperature. Well, my position on that is tough, because it's like trying to control it is impossible. I mean, you'll be able to do something, but the stasis, is uncontrollable. And I noticed that I mean, I'm talking about my country here, but in the UK, like the government was literally talking about how they're gonna, like literally in the last couple of days, the government was talking about how they're gonna, relax on the net zero stuff. And it's like, oh, so it wasn't that important then, was it? If you're gonna start relaxing it. And then I saw there was a news update today about how there's going to be some unforeseen climate catastrophe in 2060. And something's going to happen to the Atlantic Ocean. I didn't read the article because I could just smell that it was bullshit from a mile off. But it was like they're already preparing the next generation, you know. First it was, the oceans are going to be, flooding the world by 2012. And then it was, by 2020 there's going to be no X insert something here. And now we're pushing it to 2060. It's like they just won't stop. They just want more taxes. And that's it. That's really all they want. More taxes. More control. And that doesn't mean, for those of you who might be watching who might be upset by me saying this, that does not mean I'm saying that the Earth's climate is not changing. Right? Because there'll be people who will say, oh, he's a climate change denier. And it's like, no, the Earth's climate is changing. I just don't think that we can control it. Simple as that. RoboDiner says, they said they would stop making diesel and petrol cars by 2030. Now they've postponed it by 2035. So clearly they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if anyone trusts the government to do anything efficiently, they're sorely mistaken. Sorely going down the wrong path of things. I love it. It was like net zero by 2030, and then I saw today. Was it today? I think it was earlier today that were like, no, net zero by 2050. It's like, oh, you pushed that back as well. Okay. And what does net zero mean anyway? Like zero carbon emissions. Is that it? It's like, well, good luck with that. On this planet that has carbon everywhere. That's where I see those memes of like, you are the carbon they want to reduce. And it's like, well... How was my day today, says Great Man. It was good, yeah. Really good. Did a bit of work. Did a little bit of debating. Then had my nan and granddad over for dinner, which was lovely to see them, and it's just beautiful watching my daughter play with my granddad, because that's just I love it, because that's her great granddad, and it's like precious memories were made. And then I was like, you know what, I fancy painting, and I was going to paint in peace, and then the conversation on Twitter was getting too funny, and I was like, you know what, I want to rant, I want to get on live stream, I want to paint and rant. I could tell you now, I could just see the reaction to my last stream title. I can just see it now. They're gonna think that I'm like some like Roland Tembo big game hunter who wants to just see animal heads on my wall. A wolf head next to a proboscis monkey. Hello, Prehistoric Hero. Big Shark says, I wonder how much a proboscis head goes for. Probably about 20p. No, I haven't seen that trailer, Semi-T, for that dinosaur game. I have to say, this fight sequence I'm working on has been one of my most favourite things to work on in Dino-Defenders, because it's just been really, it's like just really fun to like choreograph this fight in a small space between these two. Like, I'll show you the frame. The frame was cracking me up. Where is it? This one. So check this out. Oh, I love it. It's like I just laughed. Roche just getting absolutely clobbered. Oh, that's fun. This is going to be a fun little sequence. Nobody you know says, do you have a lot of livestock in the UK? Introducing wolves would mean calves and lambs getting preyed on. Yes, we have a lot. But the UK is mostly farmland. Like, a lot of the people who are debating with me on Twitter were bringing up Yellowstone. They're like, oh, look at how good Yellowstone is now they've reintroduced the wolves. And my point was that Yellowstone is absolutely massive. I brought it up, actually. Let me see if I can find this. Yellowstone compared to UK. I found it a minute ago. Where is it? Alright, so if I go here, you can see here, look. So that purple, that's England, right? And that's how big Yellowstone is in according to this website. So it says England is 15 times as big as Yellowstone National Park, and then national park sizes UK. And here, I'll copy this image. Right, the national, you can see that if I overlay, if I try and get this to sort of match, roughly match, right? Okay, roughly. Whoa. So you can see that purple, that's roughly speaking, right? Like that, yeah? You can see how massive that purple block is compared to all the other national parks we have. Now, one might argue that if you combine all the national parks, that would be bigger than Yellowstone. Well, we can't do that because they're all split up. And not only that, the rest of this area, including the national parks in the UK, have people who live around them and sometimes in them, and they're not the same as Yellowstone. Like, it's huge, Yellowstone. And I found this video of Crichton, which the person I sent to was completely disregarded his point, because he's not an ecologist, you see, so don't listen to what Michael Crichton has to say. But he did a whole talk about Yellowstone National Park and was discussing how, you know, it's a complex system. You know, they had a lot of elk, so they introduced wolves, and then the wolves got too plenty, so they introduced bears, and then the bears got too much, so they culled the bears, and then the elk started going crazy again, and then they had to reintroduce the wolves, and as far as, this is like a layman's memory version of it, but like now the reintroduction of the wolves has been healthy for Yellowstone. And Michael Crichton makes the proposal that it does right now, but that was only like relatively speaking recent that they were reintroduced. Like the long-term changes, it doesn't mean like there's not going to be any future issues with wolves in Yellowstone or that is. And all these kids on Twitter was like saying how that's an example of how it works, and it's like, yeah, it works for now, but it's a complex system. It doesn't just stay the same. So yeah, what does Crichton know? Prehistoric Hero says, I've been to Yellowstone. It's mostly forest, hot springs, geysers, grasslands, rivers and lakes. I didn't like it because of the smell of sulfur. So basically Yellowstone smelled like a massive fart. Big Chug says, what type of wolf do they want to introduce? Who knows? Yeah, exactly. I brought that up as well. Hot Creamy Fart. He says, to be fair, Yellowstone's recovery was like, we're restoring an ecosystem that is less than 100 years gone. England eradicated wolves and lions in like 1200 AD. The last wolf apparently was killed in 1680. Or thereabouts. So before America was even established as a country, the UK had got rid of the wolves. And it's like, they got rid of them because they were seen as useless by the medieval people at the time. I mean, who can blame them? Like, at that time, They're not thinking about the environmental the 21st century environmental concerns. But one thing we do know is that since the wolves and other large predators have been removed from the UK, it's not like the UK has become an unlivable hellscape. If anything, it's become a very nice place. That's not to say there aren't problems, but one thing like I said at the beginning of the stream, one thing we know for sure, 100% can guarantee that we don't have any problems with bears or wolves or anything like that, because they weren't here. Got rid of them. And that's not me advocating for Yellowstone National Park or anywhere else to cull all the wolves and get rid of them, because they're very different countries to the UK. Our little island is doing quite well without wolves. So like, I saw someone say it on YouTube, but I parroted it, the sentiment, on Twitter. But like, there's a reason why Britain has countrysides and not wildernesses. Carlo says, "Alright boys, we need to deploy some lions in the UK. Their ecosystem needs it." You need more coyotes. You need nothing. Nothing. It's good as it is. I just got a tweet of someone saying, "Search up Yellowstone wolf reintroduction on Google, dog." They have no idea I'm currently live streaming discussing that exact topic. This is the problem. Like, everyone just assumes they know. Like they assume they know, or they think that what I'm saying is based off of not doing research. Carlos says, "But like, isn't the UK an island?" Yeah, it's a tiny one. "Why the freak would you want like giant megafauna there?" No idea. The thing is though, like, I had a lot of the arguments say like, well, wolves will stay away from people. They won't encroach on humans. They're like, the wolf attacks are extremely rare. And then they got triggered when I said wolf attacks are 0 in the UK. Because we don't have them. But like, that's... I'm not just thinking about wolf attacks on humans, I'm thinking about livestock on farmers, as I've mentioned, like that, because the UK is mostly farmland. And so I get the sense that a lot of people who are advocating for the reintroduction of wolves would be okay with the culling of wolves, because if the wolves got out of hand, there'd likely be a law introduced where farmers would be allowed to kill the wolves on site. And so I guess people who are advocating for the wolves reintroduction are okay with that, because why would they be advocating it otherwise? And if they go, oh, they wouldn't introduce that law, it's like, all right, okay, all right. Big Shark says, reintroduce wolves by putting them into a zoo. Oh yeah, see, this is the thing. There are wolves in the UK in zoos. They're just not running wild. We have tigers here, lions, elephants, all sorts. Every exotic animal captured in the exotic wildernesses and shipped back to the UK for us British gentlemen to ogle at the local zoo. We have them all. All the exotic wonders of the savage world. Oh, nobody knows says, I wonder what the ratio of proboscis monkeys to wolves in the UK zoos is. Well, just give me their numbers and it'll soon be zero. Zero proboscis monkeys. Most Twitter users never were farmers or went to farms, so sort of don't care. Most, not all, before one say I'm generalising. Yeah, well, I actually did grow up on a farm. We had goats, horses. We didn't have any pigs. For some reason, I never grew up around pigs. My nan and granddad worked on a farm, and I would be there every week. And, you know, I got to drive a combine harvester with my granddad when I was a kid. I've been there. I've cultivated the land when I was a young lad. Chopped wood with this giant hydraulic axe. Seen the... tried to weigh myself on the giant weighing machine that they drive tractors onto with their haul. Try and see how much they've got from the land. All that sort of stuff. I've seen how farmers operate, and having wolves running around just messing up their livelihoods. Nah, don't need it. Don't need it. Just don't need it. Soaringbot says, the village I lived in had like 3 different farms doing very well without wolves. Yeah, exactly. Don't need wolves. Hot Creamy Fart says, let's change venue a bit. Should Texas release its population of tigers into the wild just to help the tigers, because apparently there are more tigers in Texas than India? I think they should just release those tigers into Yellowstone National Park. I just realised that's my next tweet. I'm going to tweet out, there are more tigers in Texas than there are in India. I think they should just release the tigers into Yellowstone National Park. Why not? Have some fun. Just see what happens. Spark more flames. Just I think we should reintroduce, right? The Black Death to Europe. We should infect some rats and just introduce, because the Black Death is an endangered species on the planet. I think it needs a bit of help. So just get some rats, just infect them, just give them a little bit. Then just reintroduce it to good old Europe. See what happens. Big Shark says it already exists, mate. Some rats apparently still carry the Black Death card. No, I know that. I'm just saying, like wolves. Wolves exist elsewhere, but I'm talking about reintroducing it, reintroducing the Black Death to Europe. Because why not? Let's just see what happens. If any one of the people who are like debating me on Twitter to like come in there, they'd be like, Jack's comparing wolves to the Black Death. Wolves are they're so tame. They're not a virus. They're not some disease. Jackenheimer. I'm gonna put that tweet out actually about the there are more tigers in Texas than India. I think they should release them all into Yellowstone National Park. See what happens. Oh, what? The hell? How did that happen? There are more tigers in Texas. Why did that just get... I don't know what happened there. I just got rid of it. There you go. I put the tweet out. It is funny because, like, there's a specific group of young kids on Twitter who they're just looking for someone like a target, and apparently today I'm the target. The other day it was Clayton. The time before Clayton it was me. There's been others, like they'll dog pile, wolf pile onto whoever they deem has said something wrong, but the arguments never go anywhere of any academic value. A lot of screeching. Most of them are kids. Oh, thank you, Soaringbot. Sometimes you're the windscreen, sometimes you're the bug. Yeah. Okay, I need to open up. I'm just going to open up the frame that is before this one. I want to get the colour of his face right. Clayton is gone from Twitter, yeah, but he said he might return at some point, but I think he's just doing other things. He couldn't handle the heat, so he ran away. He basically just said to me, like, what a bunch of weirdos, and then just was like, yeah, and I was like, go on, go back. And he's like, nah, maybe one day. And that was it. Carlos says, so to Twitter, let me see, you Pterodome are Palpatine, and Clayton is now considered Darth Vader? I don't know, because that insinuates that Clayton's going to turn on me. I don't know if I like that. Prehistoric Hero says, the truth is wolves were responsible for some, but not all of the ecosystem response seen in Yellowstone, but that doesn't mean they're pointless. Yeah, I mean, like, I've never said that wolves don't have some positive effect on the ecosystem of Yellowstone, or if they were introduced to the UK, the UK. I just know that the positives don't outweigh the negatives when it comes to the UK if they were reintroduced. Because so far the only positive I've seen being proposed is that they'll eat the deer that are overpopulating. And it's like, well, why don't we just get better hunting laws for humans to hunt the deer and we eat more venison? I love venison. Why don't we eat more of that? And then we don't even have to worry about any wolf problems. I just realised that her fingers probably need to be further around his neck, and she's got. I'm gonna give her those long fingers. Let me just see. Yeah, I can get away with that. I'm just going to give her like really long, hideous tendril hands. But maybe I'll move her fingers up a bit. Let me fix this. Boxing match, Pterodon versus Wolf. Who do you think would win? Put up your votes. What do you mean, Wolf from Gladiator or an actual wolf? I'm just going to leave the interpretation of whether it's a real wolf or wolf from Gladiator. Okay. Jack, hello. Jack, you're like the subject we're discussing tonight. We're talking about why reintroducing wolves into the British countryside is a bad idea. Because Britain's awesome because we conquered all the large predators hundreds of years ago. We won. And so why would we mess that up by introducing things that would just eat all our farm animals? That's basically the subject of tonight's live stream. Mainly because I'm in the middle of I'm in the middle of the target of a lot of people on Twitter right now for suggesting that I don't want wolves back into the UK. Jack says bring back bears, wolves, tigers, go for it all. Speaking of tigers, okay, so I got a couple of replies to my post about Yellowstone, and I'll put it up here. Look. Okay, so I put out on Twitter just now, there are more tigers in Texas than India. I think we should release them into Yellowstone National Park. See what happens. And these are the responses I've got so far. Are you ready? God, you make the dumbest comments. Tigers are not native to that area. Yellowstone is in wolves. Yellowstone is in wolves were native to the UK before humans killed them off. Big difference. What? And the second comment. You fucking dumbass. No skit yet will wreak havoc because they are apex predators, you dumbass, and they are invasive species. Do you even know the definition of invasive species? I love it. You fucking dumbass. No skit yet will wreak havoc because they're apex. Oh, they're so angry. Oh god. It took that so serious. Just see what happens. I love it. There are more tigers in Texas than India. That has nothing to do with anything. Oh my god, that's funny. We'll keep tabs on that tweet and see what happens. I'm just going to manipulate this frame a bit. Hello Krask says howdy peeps. Hello Nilfinart. Jack says I think we should find an island and release one of everything. See what wins. Yeah. Just one of everything, including humans. Introduce Joey Diaz to the UK, says Krask. Ah, so funny. Oh, any more replies? Let's see. Oh, I got 3 replies. Zed Boomer put, the economy would greatly benefit from this. More tourists would come. Yeah. That's what some people also said about the wolves into the UK. Like someone I can't remember who it was now posted like, oh, it would bring more tourism, you know, people would want to come see the wolves. And then I literally had someone else arguing at the same time that if the wolves were introduced, they needed to stay away from people needed to stay away from them and leave them be, which I found was quite funny. That's on this layer, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Jack says no one would come see the wolves. No one goes see wolves in places there are already. I think you wouldn't even need to see the wolves. I think they'd start to go into the big cities where all the smell of trash are. You know? Especially in the UK. So one could argue, oh, they don't do that in other places where wolves are. And it's like, okay. But in the UK, we're a tiny island. They would eventually, I reckon, and this is a prediction, no one can tell the future, but I think they would eventually start to encroach on cities. I mean, hang on a second, I've just thought of something. Hang on a second. Okay, so we're talking about wolves and into the UK, and hang on a second, there is like many news stories in the UK of foxes attacking babies in their own homes and children because they get in like through the cat flaps or whatever. So it's like we already have enough problems with these little foxes. That's a thing I forgot to bring up. Keep that in my back pocket if I need it. So I just googled, or on DuckDuckGo, sorry, because I don't use Google, fox attacks baby UK, and yeah, I'm seeing many police stories of poor children. Oh god. Fox bites off baby's finger in a cot attack. Ugh. Someone just messaged me on Twitter and just went, wolves are cool, dork. Yeah, I never said wolves aren't cool. Just don't want them in the UK. Is that such a hard concept to understand? I mean, dinosaurs are cool. I don't want to see them cloned. Or maybe I do, but not anywhere near my home. Thank you very much. Hello, Caleb. Saurian Bot says, I brought up the talk with wolves being introduced to the UK with my granddad. His response was, absolutely, they would kill off all the cats that keep shitting in my garden. Yeah. Oh man. Can you imagine all these like dweebs who are like arguing for wolves to be reintroduced, and then they actually do it, and then they're like, where's my dog gone? I lost my cat. I don't know where my cat's gone. Yes, that is a lot like the opening of Jurassic Park. That dinosaur book. Jack says they just banned those aggressive dogs but want wolves back. Well, this is what started the whole thing, because I put out... I'll bring up the tweet. I'll bring it up on stream for you guys so you can see it. It was on the 16th of... It was this one. It's funny you say that, Jack. It was this tweet. I put... Whoop, this one. American XL Bully, UK, banned. Reintroduce wolves, the UK. It was literally that conversation. Like, as far as I could tell, no like major government body is really pushing for the reintroduction of wolves. It's just some environmentalist groups. Luckily, anyway. Yeah, right. Carlo, perfect, right? What you just said. Don't you just love people think that wolves are required, but think foxes can't do anything? Yeah, right. Clearly, they don't watch what's going on around them. Bam Sam just sent me a picture on WhatsApp. What is the UK's most deadly animal? Cows. Cows take the lead as the most dangerous animals in the UK from July 2022. Yeah, it's because we've got a lot of them. A lot of farmland with them. And that's why we eat them. Kidding. They are tasty though. He said I'm happy with that. Fear the cows. Fortunately, cows are not pack hunting predatory animals, and they're not very smart, so you put them in a field with a fence, they're not exactly gonna, you know, break free and roam about looking for meat. Were-cows. Saber-tooth cows, yeah. Right, it's nearly time for our usual Yellowstone Tiger introduction tweet update. See if anyone's replied to that. Once I've got this bit done. Let's see. Oh. How's you guys? Carlo says, I'm Nigel Marvin and today I'm going to introduce the most fearsome animals of the UK. Cows! Jack says, I always think how weird it is when you're in a town with a zoo that there's lions just down the road where you're buying bread and milk in the supermarket. Yeah. They're just behind some fencing. I remember staying at a friend's ex-girlfriend's house. We were all there. He was there. Who lived in Kessingland. And they have a local zoo near there, and we could hear the lions doing their like morning roar coming out over the morning. It sounded awesome. They're doing that like like that kind of noise. And it was kind of freaky to hear. Big Chuck says, you've got museums, don't you, Jack? Find a wolf skull. Well, I'm actually going to London this weekend. So I could potentially go to the Natural History Museum and find an entirely stuffed wolf. And take a picture of myself near it being like, yeah! Fuck you, wolf! You're dead! Humans win! Can you get a whole live stream of Jack doing animal impressions? No. You're going to London to drink excessively. Well, we'll see what happens. It's not my plan. I'm gonna love the shirt you made. Is that the one with basically like kill us, and it's got a picture of a proboscis monkey on it? Because I saw that one. Yeah. I think it should have said kill proboscis monkeys, because the kill us, it kind of made it look like that we were asking the proboscis monkeys to kill us. It's like, no. It should say genocide the proboscis monkey. Nuke the proboscis monkey. That's what it should say. Just wanted to make his hand a bit bigger there. Like that he's grabbing onto that like hole in her arm. Oh, speaking of which, we need to add the detail. Monkey Holocaust. Jesus Christ. Krask. Oh my god. You know, if Planet of the Apes were real, I'd be like public enemy #1. An army of intelligent proboscis monkeys who are like specifically coming after me because of these streams. Right. Oop. Wait. Oh, there we go. Going to be like a fleeting frame, but Proboscis course. So, the person who said to me, search up Yellowstone wolf reintroduction on Google, dog, I messaged them saying, literally just discussed this on live stream with a winky face, and they just came back with, don't give a fuck about your live stream. It's like, what the? They will not let you. They just won't give you any ground. They won't cede any ground to the potential of that they might be wrong. Like, oh, you should read up about this. Oh yeah, we were just talking about that. Oh, I don't give a shit. It's like fucking children. Oh my god. I'll show you guys. Look at this. Look at this interaction. Look at this interaction. Search up Yellowstone wolf reintroduction on Google, dog. Literally just discussed this on live stream. I don't give a fuck about your live stream. Oh, it's the same person. It's the same person from the other one who was getting really angry. Oh, God. Did anyone actually... Because I've got messed up notifications on X. Like, most of the notifications I don't get. Like, I have to go into my actual... There's like a glitch or something, but I have to actually go into my tweet and look up my tweet and then see down below. So let me just see, where is it? I just said that I'm on my live stream, I'm discussing wolves in the UK, and then I just put ow and a little wolf emoji. I think I need to just move Rose a little bit. Like you're gonna see this like very briefly, but you know your eye sees it even if it's like a brief frame. Werewolves of London should play. Werewolves of London. Most of these, you know, young'uns who will debate me on X or tell me I'm an idiot or say that I don't know what I'm talking about or, you know, insert derogatory term here. None of them will have the cojones to turn up in this live stream. Like, none of them would show up in the chat, or if I asked them, you know, to come on Discord nicely and have an actual chat about the subject. None of them will do that. And you know why? It's because they're too scared. They're too chicken. Yeah, they just won't. And it's like, that's not me saying that I'm right. But I know that I'm like, I'd be up for it. Yellow bellies. Yellowstone National Park bellies. They're all talk. They're all, like, the irony is, considering we're talking about dogs, talking about big dogs, they're all bark and no bite. Their population here on these live streams is the same as the population of wolves in the UK. 0. What should I call this stream then? It's got to have a really trolly stream title, right? Genocidal wolves. Like I did with the proboscis monkey. You just have that target over there, over its head. I get flagged for YouTube by YouTube for like promoting animal cruelty or something. Wolves no entry to the UK, tigers free entry into Yellowstone. I know I'm definitely going to have Wolf from Gladiator in the thumbnail. That's 100% guaranteed. See you later, Caleb. Thank you for coming along. Right, so now I'm going to duplicate this layer. only going to edit his head now. Tigers free pass to Yellowstone. Yeah, that's quite a good one. Maybe I'll just put it as all bark and no bite, or something like that. All bark and no bite, introduce tigers to Yellowstone. There you go, and then, so then he stretches his head out, he's like... And then I'm going to go to the toilet quickly, and then I will be back to carry on just for a little bit.
Können Sie mir bitte den Weg zu der Brauerei zeigen? Wo ist die Brauerei? Entschuldigung.
I've been trying to learn German. I got one of these cassettes that teaches you while you're asleep. I don't know. I still can't speak the language, but I do dream with uncompromising efficiency. And I've been practicing drinking my Holston Pills.
Oops, I left the mic on.
Ow! They drink it cold. Well, they're not an emotional race. Not a flicker.
Conventional bladed fans chop the air, causing unsettling buffeting. The Dyson fan has no blades, generating smooth, cooling air. No blades, no buffeting. Find out how at Dyson.com.
The unexplained phenomenon is hitting for Moscow.
When you've got just 28 minutes to save the entire planet.
The clock is ticking.
You better hope you got the right computer.
Godzilla's hiding, and it's up to you to find him. Just buy a medium or larger drink. If you find a Godzilla, use your decoder to reveal what you've won. Uh-oh. I think I need a bigger box.
This summer, how fast can you swim? Critics are calling Lake Placid this year's Anaconda. Don't miss the movie everyone is screaming about. Swim to me! Lake Placid.
I'm rooting for the crocodile. I hope he swallows your friends whole.
Rated R.
Hey, what's that sound? Something big.
4 years ago, a movie captured the imagination of the entire planet.
Go as fast as you can.
On May 23rd, Steven Spielberg will take you to a world beyond imagination.
I'm back. I just got a tweet from Kaiju Reaper. I'm going to show you guys this tweet because I find it quite funny. It says here, look at this. How are you a Jurassic Park fan, yet appear to share a disdain towards animals? I'm genuinely asking here, because it confuses me. I'll be replying to this tweet later. But if you're watching, I don't think you are, but if you are watching, the fact that I have disdain towards animals just because I don't want wolves introduced into the UK. They don't. I mean, to be fair, right? When we were doing the whole dinosaur protection group versus Extinction Now campaigns, I was on the Extinction Now side of things. Because I was against dangerous predators being out in the wilds. Funny that, isn't it? So this one should be quite easy to do. What I'm going to do is take that. You're against an invasive. Yeah, exactly. An invasive species. It's like, and obviously they'll say like, but wolves aren't they weren't invasive. They were originally here. And it's like, yeah, but they haven't been here for the last how many hundreds of years? Like the country you're reintroducing them to is a completely different country to when they were eradicated. So, no. How about no? How about no? But you're a Jurassic Park fan. Don't you just hate animals? That's why I've owned a horse, some goats, dogs, cats, rabbits, hamsters, rats, rat snakes, giant African land snails, Chinchillian rose tarantula, leopard gecko, a horse. I think I may have said a horse. What have I owned as a pet? Did I say rats? Rats? I've all sorts of stuff. Yes, Neil Finart, we are still on about this. I've never owned a proboscis monkey. What is this? You brought me a proboscis monkey. Should arrive any day now. Awesome. I'll make a live leak video of me burning it alive in a plastic bag. No, I'm kidding. If you actually genuinely got me a proboscis monkey, that would be amazing. It would go straight to a local zoo or some sort of animal shelter. Because I wouldn't want that ugly thing anywhere near me. But I wouldn't want to see it dead. You know, me the person who hates animals, you know. Who would have thought that I wouldn't want to see it killed or hurt? Big Shark says, "Oh yeah, Jack, you were correct. $20 for its head." Said you link. I said 20p. That's like imagine 20 cents is what I was saying, but that is cheap. $20 for a proboscis monkey's head. Jeez. I'm just trying to get this. I don't have to worry about the details too much on this because you know what? I might actually close Rose's eyes a little bit, just slightly. And ooh. Now comes the fun part. We have to draw the impact of this headbutt. I'm just going to grab this shot here. Oh, I better save my work before my computer dies on me. How long have I been streaming for? Just almost 2 hours, alright. I'm actually seeing if I can invite. Alright. You know that person who said that I had disdain for animals, and they're genuinely asking here? Well, someone else replied saying, trust me, you're not the only one. Fire Red Goji 2000 said that, and that was someone who I've actually invited onto a live stream in the past to talk about the merits of Jurassic World Dominion, who said they would do it, but we haven't got around to organising it yet. But the other person replied with this, if I can pull it up on here, this image here. They said, it's weird because while predatory dinosaurs are aggressive, each one is still depicted as an animal with the right to live, who only go haywire due to corporate greed and mismanagement. I don't think the dinosaurs go well, except for maybe the T-Rex in San Diego. Still dangerous, but amazing creatures. It's like, yeah. The T-Rexes in Jurassic Park are amazing. On the island, far, far away from England, on the other side of the planet. But I sent them a message saying that I don't have a disdain for animals. I'll answer you in person if you come to the live stream, and I literally sent them a link. They said, I would, but admittedly I am very tired. Got less than 3 hours of sleep due to waking up early for college, but I'll see if I can make time before I do. No promises though. Alright, I liked their tweet. Let's see if they turn up. It'd be nice to have someone turn up who actually has the cojones to turn up and discuss this, or at least let me discuss in person. Big Shark says, effing slags. One excuse. I know, I mean, it reads like an excuse. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, you know, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Big Shark says, I don't care, I got 3 hours of sleep and I'm still coming to the Terradome stream. Yeah, but you don't think I'm a nasty man. You don't think I'm a nasty man who doesn't like the animals. Just because I'm saying I don't want wolves in the UK. Big nasty man. You know what's going to happen, right? I'm going to be fighting off the urge to only talk about the genocide of the proboscis monkeys. This person turns up. They're like, okay, I'm here. Why do you hate animals? I don't hate animals. Now, the proboscis monkeys, I think they should be genocided off planet Earth. And they'll take that seriously. They'll think I'm genuinely being sincere. Neil Finart says, I'd pay to witness Jack get cancelled. Who's going to cancel me? How? It's like, who's going to care enough what Pterodome 3000 says? I am uncancelable. Big Shark says, the way you describe putting a straw blowing one of the proboscis monkey's head off got me rolling. Let's blow his top off. I was imagining it more like Looney Tunes. You just slide the straw into the nose and blow it up, and its eyes pop out, and its face all blows up like the guy at the end of Big Trouble in Little China. To move his nose down. Ooh, Crust has said, this is the equivalent of, we ain't buying the OnlyFans, my man. Neil Finance says, Jack, leaning in forward to the camera won't help you look close to your screen. Hey, my eyesight isn't the best, alright? Just saying. Okay. Alright, this is quite funny. So Crust said, right, like I said, I don't have disdain for animals. Come to my live stream currently in progress and I'll tell you in person, right? And Crust has quote tweeted that. I haven't replied to Crust yet. He's probably watching this stream, so hello, Crust. I can imagine he's probably stalking the stream. If not, he should come, but I'll invite him. And he said, this is the equivalent of the "we ain't buying the OnlyFans, my man." All right, and then look underneath his response. I love this girl. You must watch this. Oh, he's got a third one, but I didn't print screen it. He's got like all these spam accounts coming in. He's got free spam accounts. I'm just gonna open up the can of worms with those spam accounts, didn't you? Laughy face. Gotta put a little laughy face. But in all seriousness, why not jump on Discord and let's actually talk about this. There you go. Oh, I better spell seriousness right. Oh my god, the spam accounts just keep coming. He's actually replied to his own post saying, "Oh god, check the hidden replies." That's funny. Matthew says, this guy's debating skills are like a 2-year-old. Wait, who? Mine? Are you one of those guys? Who are you? Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the stream. Oh. Alright, let me get Rose. Rose's lines done. So need her to be like really creased up. I should probably go on Discord myself just in case someone does actually turn up. Cross said, they sniffed at the mere existence of OnlyFans and came running. He's talking about spam accounts. Also, no thanks. Impossible. It's just impossible to actually get one of these people to just turn up just to talk normally rather than tweeting at each other like idiots. I should just send him the Biff gif. The Biff gif from Back to the Future 3. He just goes, "Are you yellow?" It's so funny because like all I want to do is have a normal conversation with one of these people, just one time. But they're too afraid to have like a human interaction, I feel like, because they're just worried that by having a human interaction, they might actually enjoy the company of the other person. You know? When you actually see like a person's reactions, you see the nuances in the way they talk, all that sort of stuff, they might just not hate the other person as much. But through mere text on a screen, they can make up, you know, they make up what the other person's intentions are. Like they project their own emotions onto what they're reading. Well, you know what, with the impact, you kind of want it to be like... I know I said I was going to finish the live stream when this playlist comes to an end, but I do want to just finish this frame quickly, so we'll go to the next playlist for a little bit, shall we? I'm just going to reply to Crust with a classic. I think you should leave GIF with the guy going, "Nah. Are you sure?" Like from the skit with the zip line. Are you sure? Let me see if I can find the right one. He's like, "Nah. Are you sure?" You know what I'm going to do, actually? Just for you guys. I should have done this from the beginning, shouldn't I? There you go. We'll just have Twitter open. Oh, you can't even see the GIF. It like won't show you the GIF. That's annoying. What I'll do is whenever I want to go on there, you'll see. Oh yeah, I better save. I saved. Don't worry, Big Shark. It's saved. So when I go to tweet next, I will open up. Neil Finant, that sounds rough, man. People today are allergic to genuine human interaction. Right, let's do the... hands. There we go. What are you guys saying in the chat? You've been assembling various car dashboard parts for the best part of 10 hours. Oof. Gonna be awesome when I animate this, and like when his head impacts against hers, I have the little shake, so it really adds a proper doof to the like shot. You know what? I might even. Time is the main currency, isn't it, Neil Fanart, when it comes to projects like ours. I want to redo the back. That's better. The strangest love story known to man. Jude and Rose. do the colour, and then I'll probably end the stream once I've got that. See you later, Saurian Bot. Thank you for joining in on the silliness. Okay, just going to show you guys this interaction I've got here. So check this out, right? Gojisaurus put, you don't get predatory animals. This was 9 hours ago, but you don't get predatory animals because you killed them all. And I put the Giga chat, I know, like that. And then the comments I'm getting under this post are quite funny. The Megatron zombie, alright. But bro, it's that guy again. Like, bro, have you ever heard of wolf thing that happened in Yellowstone National Park? Yeah. We've already talked about that, mate. Someone just put disgusting. And then, this is the thing I was laughing at. Well, this person put, don't post a Chad like it's something to be proud of. But this person, 12 minutes ago, pathetic attention-craving douchebag. Never should something so horrible be glorified. Go fuck yourself. Jesus Christ. It's like so vitriolic. You know what, actually, I might just tweak his hands. So he's sort of letting go of her arm a bit. Then I can up the size of her forearm. Alright, that's good. Right, now let's add the colour. Just realised I need to add the chest hairs onto every single layer. Oh, I should probably do that now before I forget. So, number 1. Neil Finart says, I like how these people genuinely can't tell this is a joke. Well, that's the thing. It's like they, like I said a minute ago, like they project their own emotions onto the text on the screen, and like they don't relax. They're not chill. They're reactionary. They're fighting for justice all the time. All justice all the time. Gotta fight for justice. Been raised on Marvel and justice. The idealists never get their hands dirty. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to colour in Jude with this, and then I'll probably end the stream because I'm getting tired. It's 10 to midnight, so maybe I'll go to midnight. I've got 10 minutes. Let's see how much I can do in 10 minutes. I have to say, it's been a pretty fun stream. Been nice to sort of let off some steam. Been nice to stream more often again. It's good to get back into the flow. Neil Finart says, shot in the dark, but maybe she could bite his neck like Gollum. Would do something, just a suggestion. Oh, unfortunately, that is in the sort of wheelhouse of Rose's moves, but unfortunately I've got the shots planned for what happens. literally going till midnight and then end the stream. The Proboscis stream, is that doing really well? I haven't actually looked at. Let me have a look. How's the Proboscis stream doing? Yeah. I was wondering if that was going to get flagged from the YouTube because there's the word genocide in the title. It's like on YouTube's watch list. See you later, Nilfina. Thanks for coming along. I hope your day gets better. On the up, onwards and upwards. You should work on a little bit on specimen breach. Make yourself feel better. Be a bit creative where you can. You can be creative. Don't worry about your machines breaking at work. Put that behind you. They'll be fixed. There's a whole community of monkey haters on YouTube. What would be better actually? Here we go. Oh no, wrong one. Really? Have I got like... Oh no. So I thought I had something on that layer. Alright. So then that must be on this layer. Yep. Big Shark says, sent you something, get one of those next stream. What you sent me? What you sent me? Proboscis monkey mask. No, I'm not becoming the thing I hate. Yeah, that's right. I hate the proboscis monkey. Someone just sent me... Here you go. Check this out. Look at this. Oh, wait. This is in reply to my... Soy Jack face of Omega. They just put conservative man proudly frightened of everything. Yes, yeah. I don't want wolves introduced in the UK means I'm frightened of everything. Yeah, well done. And like conservative man. I have no idea who I am. Alright, it's midnight. I will just do the claw. The claw! The claw! Do the claw! Not that one. I just need that one. Okay, and then I'm just going to merge these layers all together, and I will neaten oops. There you go. Right, well, I'll save it here and then I will continue the painting off stream. Thank you everyone for coming. It's been a fun one. And just remember, no wolves in the UK except this wolf. Wolf power. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Discuss this thing sanely, huh? Look, I tell you what. You go your way, and I'll go mine. Live and let live. Right? Right. Now what? Brother, what a way to run a railroad. Now, as I was saying...